Have you ever felt your guitar solos are missing that spark? You know your scales, but you just kind of noodle around. I struggled with that too, but I found a cure. So in this video, I'm going to show you a simple trick from a famous solo to go from that boring, scaly sound to being able to play with feeling and intent. And the best part, it's super easy too. A long time ago, when I was just beginning my guitar journey, I got serious about learning guitar. Inevitably, that led me to scales. First, it was the minor pentatonic. This was great for learning songs from my early guitar heroes, especially ZZ Top and countless songs from Led Zeppelin 1 and 2. Yeah, stuff like that. It's great. But later on, I also wanted to be more melodic, to sound like Larry Carlton or Peter Frampton or especially David Gilmour. So from the advice I got at the time, I learned the major scale and its modes. But instead of making my playing more melodic, it did the opposite. I started playing like a scale. So, was I learning the major scale wrong? No, but the emphasis was all wrong. You see, good melodies, which is really what playing melodically is all about, don't come from meandering through a scale randomly. But how do they come about? Luckily, a guitar solo from a favorite song from my youth showed me a simple way to create compelling melodies on guitar. In 1979, Pink Floyd released The Wall. It's loaded with great songs. Young Lust, Another Brick in the Wall Part 2, Hey You. And one song, and one solo in particular, is perfect for illustrating a key technique in creating melodic guitar solos. That's the first solo from Comfortably Numb. But it's so important not to just learn the solo itself, but to understand the key technique that David Gilmour is using to make that solo so melodic. Let me show you. To learn this technique, we'll start with the chords. Now, most sources say to use the D major scale to play this, but while it works great over the first 4 bars, it starts to have problems over the second 4 bars. There's a couple of notes in there, particularly the C sharp, that really clash. So you've got to change scales if you want to do it that way. You could change to G major scale or the C major scale, but then you've got another issue in the 9th bar where you've got to change again. And then over the last 2 bars, you've got to change yet again, maybe to the G major scale. Now, I don't know about you, but to me, that sounds really difficult and frustrating to change all those scales and scale patterns, especially while improvising. But there's another way that Gilmour does it, and it simplifies everything. Let me show you. Now, the first 4 chords are D, A, D, A. Let's take a look at the line over the first D and A. It goes like this. And it goes into the next D and A. But let's pause to take a look at this line. It starts like this, a strum here. That's just a D chord. And it ends on this note right here. That's just another note in a D chord. So in essence, all he's really doing is playing from this D chord to this D chord. Likewise, over the A, he plays this. This note that he's bending to is this, part of an A chord. And then just coming down this, another A chord. So the whole thing is just D to D, and then A to A. So he's simply playing out of chords. Now at first this seems harder because you've got to change for every chord, but you know what? We already do it easily when we play rhythm. It's not really difficult to play these chords. But that's what David Gilmour's playing essentially when he plays his solo. Now, of course, there's incredible art to what David Gilmour does, the way he phrases things, the notes that he bends to, and so forth. But let me take out some of the phrasing and you'll see exactly what's going on. Let's take this line right here. That's just over a C to a G. This first note, if we don't bend to it, It's just part of this chord. And then that's just a line right out of this chord. Pretty straightforward. The whole solo is a masterclass in being able to play notes effectively out of chords, particularly triads. And believe me, you'll start to hear it all over the place, like here. Prime example of playing over a triad. Triads are huge and they really are easy to use, but they do take some practice. My course, Practical Triads, will get you there fast. It has plenty of practice exercises to build that triad vision, and most importantly, it has performance studies, so you'll be making music using triads right away. Click the link in the description to find out more.